Hi guys, and welcome back to our 4th episode of Travel Troubles. I'm Sean, and here
This is Ollie.
is Holly. She doesn't have a Essex accent. If you've not listened to this before, she's just putting that on because she's silly.
I'm Ollie.
You're right. You're doing like a character now, are you, today?
Aye.
Well, we're both a little bit tired this week. We've actually had a busy week, haven't we? Mm-hmm. What did we do? I'll let you tell them what we've been up to.
We shouldn't be tired because I had 2 days off, 1 day on work and then 2 days off. But for some reason we decided doing everything on our days off was a good idea and not having any time to actually sleep and rest.
Yeah.
So we saw family, saw my mum, saw David. Yeah. And then we went back to work for a day. And then we went to Newcastle and saw a friend.
Yeah, I saw your friend in Newcastle and we had a nice time. So we actually have been travelling this week.
Yeah.
So I saw the city of Newcastle. It's not the first time we've been at Newcastle, either of us.
It's the third time I've been, second time you've been.
Yeah, and we went, what was it, 2 years ago?
2021.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
And yeah, it was good. We enjoyed ourselves. We saw the nightlife of Newcastle and got absolutely soaked there. The rain was horrible, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah. But apart from that, good food, good drinks, and just actually a nice time in Liverpool, in Newcastle, which is good.
Wrong city.
Wow. So anyway, if you haven't watched this before, what we do each week is we give one positive and one negative about travelling with each other. And obviously I'm really quite nice when it comes to this. Holly's like, right, that's it. I get to open up the door and...
Trust me, if you lived with them, you would feel the same way.
So the question is, who's going to go first this week?
You can go. No, you didn't go first last week, so you can go.
Well, I can go first. Well...
Because I have to veto yours sometimes, so that's always better that you go first.
What, just in case I have to change it? This week I want to go with the fact that I want to thank you for carrying my bag.
Oh yeah, that you never used.
Newcastle. So I always take my camera stuff with us when we go to, and recently I'm struggling to film when I go out somewhere. Especially Newcastle. I've already done a video on Newcastle and it's like, but I took it with us just in case I was going to do like a video on nightlife or something, but it was pouring rain, so I didn't want to get my camera out, didn't want to get the mics out, and we ended up travelling with this bag of camera, gimbal, microphone, spare batteries,
all your memory cards.
Yeah, and you just carried that all the way to Newcastle and all the way back and didn't even open it once. So I want to thank you for doing that for us.
Kept it safe.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for doing that.
I mean, he cared more that his bag was safe and checked that it was there than he did me. But
I was like, oh, don't forget that.
But you're welcome. He'd literally count us 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's fine. Including himself. He'd count himself. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Bags 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's fine. We can go.
What's my negative this week?
I don't have any negatives.
You don't have any negatives this week?
No, you don't have any negatives. I've got negatives on you because it's quite easy to.
Well, I'm going to move back onto my negatives after because I haven't actually thought of one yet.
Wow. There you go. That should be my negative then.
What?
Shoves camera in face on break. Doesn't even know what he's going to say. Except it's not.
I feel like I normally get stitched up and I don't have a way to back myself up because I'm not allowed to talk.
You're waiting to hear how bad mine's is to decide what level you want to go at.
Yeah, maybe.
Wow.
Got him.
Sean knows what his negative is this week.
What, do I? Mm-hmm. What is?
As we know, if you watch any of our videos or you've listened to the podcast, Sean is lactose intolerant. Yeah. You know where this is going?
No, not at all.
Sean recently has had a really bad habit of forgetting that he's lactose intolerant and doesn't carry any of the pills with him to take. And if he has milk, he can take lactase enzyme and his body works like a normal human being's. Except Sean's not been remembering to take them with him. Have you, Sean?
No.
But But then when Sean does remember that he has them, and we have an opportunity to have a coffee with non-dairy milk, Sean's preference is oat milk. Instead of ordering it, he just orders a normal coffee anyway. But this was after we were in the train station. We didn't go to one coffee shop, which was on our side of the train station. We didn't go to that one because it didn't offer plant milk. Fair enough, let's go a 4-hour walk to the other side of the train station to go to the cafe that does offer plant-based milk. We're stood in the queue and I'm like, oh, I don't know if they do. And Sean's like, yeah, there's a big sign up there that says Alpro. Who didn't order the coffee with oat milk? Sean didn't. Sean just ordered a normal coffee, and I was like, you know what? He's 30 years old. I'm not going to tell him he's ordering this coffee, and I can hear fine well that he has not asked for oat milk, and I ain't telling him. Because it's not my digestive tract that's going to be in pain, it's his.
Yeah. Yeah,
You just didn't remember.
Yeah,
But you never remember. You always go, "Who's there milk in this?" And you wait until like everything's been thrown in the bin. And it's like,
yeah, I'm terrible. I'm worse when I cook for myself. Like if I'm cooking, I'll be like, oh, just, and then I'm like, oh, was there milk in this? So I have to go through the bin to look for. Oh, there was milk in that. Oh,
you also don't remember if you've taken pills for it either.
That
And expects me to be in control of his intake. I'm like, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to you.
I think some days I've taken like 3 in a row, and I'm like, did I take one? Yeah, you definitely did. Like, yeah, it can be quite bad. I don't know if the lactose intolerance has got something to do with short-term memory loss.
No, that's just being male.
So you've done your positive, but I'll let you finish with your positive because you probably haven't got one on me.
I have.
Oh, you have got a positive?
A positive, yeah.
Do you want to do your positive then?
Okay.
Okay then.
My positive this week is we actually went travelling.
Wow.
We went back to what Sean and I's relationship always was. This is the first time that we've been stagnant for a long time and haven't been travelling, whereas we used to work together on like a 60-hour-a-week job. And the nutcases we used to just book a flight and go on our 2 days off and spend 24 hours in a random country or city, you know, all over Europe. And we hadn't done that until just there, where we had 2 days off. Like we said, we went and met up with my friend.
Yeah, we didn't get a flight, but we did. The train was...
Train
was longer than most of our flights.
It was still 4 hours of travelling from where we are to...
And the trains all the terrible...
Trains were cancelled, trains were... Yeah.
It was a fun route.
But it was nice to do again, because it's what we used to do all the time. But that's the downside of having to save for travel. It's a sacrifice.
And also being in the middle of nowhere. Like, the worst thing about this is we have to get all the way out to Carlisle, which takes us, nearly 2 hours. Really.
Yeah, it's 2 hours on the bus.
And by the time we get out to Carlisle, then we can travel anywhere in England, and probably can get to most places within 2 hours from there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard work being here because you have to travel all the way out, and it's very like same journeys. You're like, so by the time you get out of it, you're tired.
But we have saved more money, and will save more money because we can't just go on flights, and we can't, like we did when we were at our last job. Yeah,
we was going to like Bergamo and Copenhagen and just randomly.
We used to see like how much tips we would make. How much tips do we have in our tin? Okay, we've got 100 quid to spend on a flight.
Yeah.
We would just go. And then we would go back to work, and we wonder why we were ill all the time and constantly tired and severely burnt out. I can't think why.
No.
But it's worth it.
Yeah. Do you want your negative now?
Wow. Okay.
Wow, just like straight in it. Right, so we kind of touched on this negative last week. It was actually it was your positive last week, saying that I always have food on me. This is my negative version of the positive of yours last week. So last week you said it's nice to have food. You always like, if he's got a snack on me, I'm never like, it stops me from being hangry. Well, let's talk about Hangry Holly, shall we? And not just Hangry Holly. Hangry Holly has got this one thing that I really dislike. When she's hangry, planning goes out the window. It's like, you need to find me food, and it's got to be certain grade level of food. So we're in Newcastle, and you hadn't eaten for now probably since breakfast, and it was like now tea time, and it was like, oh, what do you want to eat? I don't know, I'm just hungry. What do you want to eat? Oh, just pick somewhere. I'm like, so it always gets left to me to pick the food, unless like we're planning that into our day.
That's not my hangry that's the problem.
Oh, it is.
That's my decisiveness that's the problem.
No,
If you're going to tear my personality apart, at least choose the right part. It's not the hangry part, it's the inability, thanks to my mother, to make a decision.
Okay, let me rephrase this then. So the one thing that I dislike about Holly this week is her decisiveness?
Oh, indecisiveness.
Yeah. Yeah, you can be... you don't do very well with choices sometimes, especially when she's hangry. That's what I was getting at.
I also just can't be bothered making a decision in Newcastle, because I know that's the example you're giving, because one, it was pouring down a rain. I'm in a city that I've only been in a couple of times, so I don't know exactly what I want, where to go, because there's also not just me. It didn't come to down to just what I wanted, because there was two other
don't
people.
Get me started on Lauren. So
She's a copycat, so that's not the point.
So let's just quickly just give a rundown to the people who are watching. Hi, Lauren. What Lauren's like. Lauren, she's got FOMO. She knows that. She's probably actually sitting there watching, going, "Oh, I wish I was in this video.
I was meant to be in this video."
So when it comes to deciding things, Lauren takes your perk of indecisiveness and goes, "Yeah, I've got that too now," because so she leaves me up to things to plan as well. Lauren even said that she had one. She said if she was doing this podcast with us, her one positive would be the fact that she just
has to show up.
her day's planned. She doesn't do anything. She just so for example, Newcastle with us, it was we're thinking about going away for 2 days. It was either Newcastle or Liverpool.
Newcastle was cheaper for her.
Yeah, so we said, okay, Newcastle. She's like, cool. And she just turned up and she's just like, just chilled out. Got a travel lodge, and then we had drinks, and I chose where we went. To be fair, I chose for everywhere we went, didn't I?
No.
Lauren
and I decided we were going shopping.
Oh yeah. Oh, the next day, the whole day. And I'm sitting there. We
went to the Metro Centre.
Sitting there just...
We're like, there's a bench, Sean, go sit down. While you're at it, watch your bags.
I had this like mountain of bags next to me and sitting on random benches just throughout the Metro Centre, which was fun. I definitely looked like the pack mule.
Yeah.
The trip. But yeah.
We didn't carry the bags though, we carried our own. You carried a backpack of clothes, but you didn't carry any bags.
No. But when I got put down, it was the chair. I was just...
Yeah, hold that. Watch that.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good time though. Anything you want to add about this week? Or anything you want...
If this isn't out at Thursday at 6 p.m, it's because Sean's filming it at 3 p.m. on the day before.
Yeah. When I first started filming the podcast, like, it was one of those things that I was going to do on a Tuesday, and it comes out for Thursday, and then I realised that when we actually start travelling properly again full time, there's going to be a 2-week break. But then I was like, that'd be the second series then, because we'll be... But anyway, we're on...
You're going to make me do this when we're travelling Southeast Asia?
Yeah, this is just a warm-up for it. Well, we just do it one day a week.
Sean, it was bad enough when the videos were constant. You had to edit constantly. If you add in podcast over the... Sorry, guys. If you add in a podcast over the top of that, you're never going to be away from your laptop.
Well, the podcast only takes like 10 minutes to edit, though, doesn't it? It's an easy one. Anyway, look forward to that, because Holly is, you can tell, she's super excited about this Asia trip that we'll be...
That's right, Lauren and Jess are hopefully joining us at some point, and they can do it with you, and I'll sun myself somewhere in the shade. Just in the shade.
Right, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode.
Thank you for listening too, Sean. They're not just watching.
Oh yeah, I forget that we have people on Spotify and other...
Your voice is in people's ear holes. How does that make you feel? A bit queasy?
No, well, a little bit better. There's a reason why we're only in their ear holes. I don't want to see my face anymore.
True.
So, I'll see you next week, and I'll see you again
Soon.